Hello! Hello, Monsieur Schwarang. How are you? How is everyone? I'm sorry I overslept. But it's not really something I could control. I needed to sleep. I needed to sleep. Like you couldn't believe how much I needed it. Oh. And now I'm there and I have 1 hour and a half of sleep under my belt, and you cannot believe how much it revivified me. You can't believe how much it revivified me, and how much it's going to be important for the next conversation, because fish do sleep. They do. Unfortunately, we're not going to talk about the sleep cycle of fish. We're not going to be able to talk about the sleep cycle of fish for this episode. I'm just going to want... Oh, preparing for the Scourge's return. Who is the Scourge? Who's the Scourge? Would it be me? Yeah, I'm not the Scourge. Should I be the Scourge? Do fish feel pain? Yes. Yes, they do. Okay, so trying to focus, but having trouble. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I do understand. I'm just going to want to get my mug of water because my mouth is terribly dry, and coming from you two, I recognize one of you from the Pirate Fortune server, especially since you are the one that said that you were writing a fanfiction. You know how much it dries the throat to speak. I just want to get myself a mug. I'll come back like in literally 20 seconds stop, and we can begin. We can begin with our little thing. It's a giant one that's been around the base. It survived due to enemy time soon, so I can kill it again. Ah, like the destroyer. Sorry, but I'll leave you to a good. I'll leave you to the good, to good notions of the title screen. I'll come back like lickety sleep, like literally. It will take just 30 seconds. I will just get a glass of water. Anyway, it's about iron parasites. Damn. Okay. Yes, bloodstain on. Don't think about the bloodstain on my collar. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. So, as always, as we are about to touch the realm of fish, you need to know that marine biologists are very attached to their stuff. So I have to say, this film is made by an adult for an adult public. If you have less than 18 irritations about this miserable miserable ball of plasma, get the fuck out! I don't want you, and maybe even your parents. Get out! We don't care about your opinion. Nature is cool. Yes, I get things wrong. Yes, it's superficial. But I'm not a fish biologist. I'm a virus biologist. Like, come the fuck on. There's way better scientific organization channels here. Like, take him if that's what you want. Take him. Come on. Actually, know what we're talking about too. In some cases. Come on, take him and get the fuck out. Well, that leaves only the patriarchs. And if you're still there, what means that you are a patriarch? Welcome. No matter your age. Even though I'm officially required to say that you are 18. That's nice. That's nice. So. Oh, nice. So. Previously. On Parasite classes. Well, maybe anyway, fancy your attitude. I mean, good. Good. Only the patriarchs stay. So, previously, we talked about fish VTubers. We talked about the ultimate isekai, that's the best isekai. We talked about the ultimate rats. This is my weird card, got 25th anniversary on my build this month. Noise. And the ACL fish is a Candiru. This is the only VTuber that comes out when I type Candiru VTuber. Yeah, think about these rats. I'll not proceed. I will now proceed. That is a one fish that is more to go inside the Eukaryota. And we finished the previously. So now we can go back to what the group means. Like I said before, it's more like 4.5. It's more like refreshing stuff. It's more like giving a structure to what we had before. Because fish are way too vast for me to actually give them form. Like to actually give one episode that would encompass them all. Like they are way too diverse and they are way too vast. Like way too vast. So for the etymology of the group, I don't remember how to say it. I think it's Actinopegi. But basically, it means ray-finned fish. Like, literally ray-finned fish. Like, you have actis, that's ray, and you have pteryx, so wing/fin. So it literally means ray-finned. Yeah, there's nothing new under the sun. Beside this rat machine. The characteristics of the group itself. That the group, so I guess Marine Corp exists to clean up the mess that the marine biologist discovers. Yeah, a bit, yeah. I mean, if we're in the One Piece universe, sure. Like a sea emperor. Like a sea emperor is technically a fish. Like, it could very well be a fish, given the fish that I will, show you. It could very well be a fish. Like a very weird fish, but still a fish. And here we have the characteristics of a group itself. How do we define what I call true fish, also ray-finned fish? The members of the membrane-based fins, supported by an exoskeleton of rays of demic origins. And there's different numbers of rays. And material, and it's like material of ray, depending on order. So what does it mean? It means that, for example, you have a dorsal fin. The dorsal fin can have any number of rays inside, and those rays can be made through any dependencies of material, depending on the order. Like, if you are like a beachin, which is a real fish, you have multiple dorsal fins, each one having one ray. You could be another fish. You could be a perch. You could have like a dorsal fin that is made of multiple rays, but only one membrane. Or you could be a reed fish and not have a dorsal fin at all. That works too. You have an organ called the gallbladder, which is just literally a pocket of air that is generated. So if you have a gallbladder, please call your doctor. You might be a fish. In that case, we need to bring you back to the ocean. The top of the teeth is covered with a crown of acrodontin. This is the stuff. Acrodontin, acrodine, is just dentin. It's literally just hypermineralized dentin. So I guess it's just hypermineralized dentin, and that's like just a point. That's literally just a point. And normally all ray-fin fish have that. And this very, very sharp edge that is specialized for piercing, well, that's the tooth of a ray-fin fish. They have this one sharp hypermineralized edge in order to be able to consume other species. They have a fin. And finally, we have thin and bendable scales made out of bone materials. So yes, the scales are literally all made of bone materials, which is why when you look back, when you look way back, you have the placoderms, you have the chondroisteus. The chondroisteus, literally, you know, like sharks, are covered with teeth. And if you look at the skeleton of a shark, well, it's all cartilaginous except maybe for the teeth that are the only mineralized parts of the body. So that's important. And in the case of the fish, well, in case of other fish, well, you have the bones and you have the teeth. Is the skeleton the same in form? Yes. And it's very important that like the membrane, the scales are made through the dermal layer. Like, yeah, it's a dermic origins. Like, here's the thing. We're going to go again through our, if I can use paint. And I hope that I can. And I really do hope that I can. And like, can I do a capture of, yes? Like, seriously, why is paint blocked like that? Like, is paint.net blocked like that? Like seriously, like, paint is blocked. You see this red thing, this black thing, that's paint. That was literally just paint. And I changed nothing, so it must be something that is automatically occurring through the updates that I never agreed to. So let me see if paint.net is better for that. Because if I can't get myself, so paint.net, let me see. Does it work with paint.net? Yes, it does. Wowee! Wowee! Oh, wowee. Okay. So it does work. Fantastic. We love it. We absolutely do love it. Okay, so let me go inside my whiteboard. Switch to Linux, brainworm. I mean, you know, that was the point. That was the point for me before. Except that some applications that I had that I needed for work needed Windows. So I was thinking of doing a dual configuration, but I only have like one disk, and I don't want to like I have only like 1 gigs left on this disk, and I don't exactly want to use Linux for that right now. So as soon as I have more disk, and always to afford like more disks, you know, I'm going to go to Arch Linux as soon as I can afford it. Also, OBS does work in Linux, and it doesn't ask questions either in Linux. I mean, no, it doesn't. Like, it doesn't have like a detailed installation on Linux. Like, I just want my thing updated so that there's no backdoors that can be used in order to have like, you know, this one one Vtuber fits all. No, one scam fits all Vtuber virus. That would be like, you know, some kind of ransomware, like a ransomware. Or another more classic ransomware. Like, I don't want to play Toad 12 on lunatic mode, and I know that people are scary enough to actually demand that of me. So, embryology. In embryology, you have, we talked about it before, but you have a stat that's called the morula, because it kind of looks like a blackberry. Like morula is the Latin phrase for blackberry. The only problem is you just need a plugin to play web content on Linux OBS. Ooh, yeah, I don't like those plugins. They suck. It's interstitials. With most things Linux. So you have a morula, which is literally just like a sack, like full of cells. After that you have a blastula, and the blastula has one thing, and it's literally that it's something akin to that. And then you have something called, well, you have a process called the gastrulation. The gastrulation is the morula literally like muting itself. It's the morula muting itself. And through that you create 3 layers. You create 3 layers that I'm going to very quickly point out before I need to do like a class on embryology. Like the day where I do a parasite class dedicated to embryology, you know that I will really need to put embryology like lesson on you to continue. But if I can go with a strict minimum of embryology, I am very, very happy. So you have 3 layers in your body, in any body that has ever existed. And let me represent them using a convenient and nearly universal code of color. Nearly universal. So you have the endoderm, the mesoderm, and the ectoderm. So ecto, like ectoparasites, meso, and endo. This is used, so the cell folds itself. No, it's not a cell. It's literally an embryo. Like it's an embryo. It's a collection. It is a collection of rapidly dividing. Okay, so I will need to go back to the very basics. I'm going to just cut. Okay, cut. You know, it's under control. So, you have fecundation. Not worry, I will have to explain that to my students, so it's not something that I consider lost. So, you have fecundation. You have the egg cell that is going to end. That is going fecundated. Something that you need to learn about egg cells, at least for us mammals, is that it was blocked in a stade of meiosis, that is called meiosis 2, that it wasn't ready to achieve. Once it is ready to achieve meiosis 2, because that's why you have the velial nucleus there. Velial nucleus, you always have the ovum with a big nucleus, and you have a little nucleus there. Yeah, that's because the egg cell has trouble ejecting the thing. It's a normal part of its development. You need to fecundate it, and then it's going to eject it. It's going to eject this one, make itself completely unassailable by any other sperm cell, and it's going to become what we call a zygote. Zygote is one cell embryo. This zygote is going to rapidly, and I mean by very rapidly, go on the state of mitosis, so cellular division. That leaves the same karyotype. The karyotype is the number of chromosomes. It's the number of chromosomes, so the same number of pairs of chromosomes, unlike what you would have with a reproductive cell. It rapidly undergoes that, but there's a catch. See, it goes so fast that it cannot acquire any more nutrients, and that is why the ovum, the egg cell, is so big. Like a fish egg is literally the egg cell. A fish egg is literally the egg cell. I mean, some of it, most of it. at least in the center. We will go with the human example to make it easier for comprehension. The XL is the one cell that you can see in the human eye. It is 200 micron in diameter, compared to the usual like 10. Let's be generous. No, it's 10. How many micron in diameter is it? Okay, I need to fact check. it. Like XL diameter, because I've seen like 120, yeah. Okay, so 120 rather. 120 rather than miserable 10. And that is important. That is important because it serves as a yoke. It serves as some kind of yoke for the future organism. It's 120. But then you go with the zygote when it divides itself. And I'm going to go and simply copy and paste. No, I can't copy and paste because otherwise we lose a lot of stuff. It's the same size, but there's a lot of cells. There's a lot of cells there. And after about a few hours, it achieves a state called morula, where it has a lot of cells, but it didn't change in size at all. It will implant itself. It will implant itself, finally be able to find some nutrients. I mean, it's going to find some nutrients, and finally it's going to change its size when it goes to the gastrulation cycle. So it's a morula, and the gastrula comes after the gastrulation. So what is gastrulation? Gastrulation is, imagine that those cells have a certain chemical density there and there. Like all the cells, they interact, but after a while, certain cells have certain chemicals that stay, certain cells have other chemicals in reaction to that chemical that create a gradient. They create a gradient, they polarize themselves. Which means that they create an opening right there. They create something akin to that. They go, they continue until it touches and fuses. It touches and fuses, and you have an expansion of, you have like literally liquid inside. But now you have a few layers of cells. And to be exact, you're going to have 3 layers. 3 distinct layers with their own very special chemical gradients. Very special chemical gradient. Because those that had the most blue, for example, will be the green cells. Yeah, I know, it's weird. There will be the green cells, for example. They're going to go and get those layers. There's going to be a medium layer, the mesoderm, and there's going to be an exterior medium, an exterior one that we do call the endoderm, the ectoderm. So, in a healthy human being, let me just. Okay, so in a healthy human being, like I said, in a healthy human being, you have those 3 layers. It's alright. We just went through the disclaimer. I can go through the disclaimer again and through the previously on. But hey, it would be after two GT references. Yeah. I mean, I can make reference to the Ultimate Threat again. I mean, I did like if you want to be curious, since you made this threat with me, those were the thing. Those were the thing. You know Kanjiro, you know me. You know what we have. Up. So, the ectoderm. I just need to explain a very basic notion of biology. So the ectoderm, if I simply go full text, that would be quicker. So the ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. Okay, so it's a bit small. It's a bit small, but I think that you can see. You can see it enough. So the ectoderm creates the skin, the nerves, the brain, some glands. But in the fish case, it will also be responsible for the creation of scales, because it comes from a dermic layer. And that is based on why, because in mammals, you helped with that rat. You helped make that rat. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You helped make it a rat. You helped make it. You helped to make it a rat. My throat is parched. Ah, way better. You helped make it a rat. The mesoderm is used to make muscles and bones. Usually it's muscles, bones, and all that is the skeletal system. Some organs, not all of them. Not most of them. Thanks, Google. Oh yeah. Some organs, not most of them. Like, for example, the heart. The heart is part of that. The circulatory system. Muscles, bones, some organs, like the heart, circulatory system. And that's about it. Like, that is the one that will make you go into movement. That is the system of movement. And then you have the endoderm, which has the stomach, the digestive system, the glands, some of the glands, what is inside your thoracic cavity, your lungs. Your lungs are part of the endoderm. It is made with the endoderm. It is literally an invagination of the pharynx that has become its own thing. Like, it's an invagination of the pharynx that has become its own thing, and it is why, as a human, as a mammal, the mouth is linked with the lungs. I mean, it's not with dolphins anymore, and thank God they evolved past that. But with us, no, that's still the case. We can still choke. We can still choke on food. Dolphins can't. Like, you ever thought of that? Like, their lungs are not connected. Their lungs are not connected to the rest of our mouth. It's not. Like, they have one tube. They have one tube, and it's the lungs. Think about it. Think how weird that can be. How weird that can be. I mean, for a mammal. For a mammal. That is a cool innovation. Necessary even. But very cool. Choking. I mean, I'm a choking hazard and a half. I know what I said. So who is pinging me? But that's just Unagi. That's just a local eel tuber. A local eel tuber. So I show him the teeth, and they have nucleated blood cells. Like, which is like super duper different from mammals. Why? Because mammals have the process of maturation of blood cells for mammals involves enucleating those blood cells. So think about it. If you were to take like only the blood of a mammal through like, I mean, let's just say through just a blood transfusion, let's just say that they keep it 100% only blood cells, plasmids and protein. No cells, no other cells. Well, you would have no genetic material at all. I mean, you would still have a mitochondria, but you would not have like the nucleus. You would not have what quote unquote defines the species of a person. Besides the mitochondria. You would not have any activity of protein creation. You wouldn't. Like that is why they have a very limited lifeline. They are not able to, except in very rare case called cancer, they are not able to divide by themselves. It's not the case here. You take the blood out of a fish, you can, for a minimum amount of your volume, you can get its genetic information. Like for us, it would take a lot more by pure law of number, because the only genetic information you're going to get is through the blood cell, is through the white blood cells. That's just how it works. That is just how it works. For them, birds too have nucleated blood. Like you can get genetic information from the blood of birds. Not with us, not with mammals. So technically, we are weird to have, like, we are very weird for having like non-genetically information blood. Like you think about it, that is very weird. That is very weird and very icky. I don't like that. Now we can go over like the basic anatomy of fish. Like this is very basic. This is very classic. We love it. We love it. We love it very much. Like that. Yeah, I need to make road just sometimes. Okay. So like I said before, we have dorsal fins. They have a certain amount of rays. They have a certain amount of rays that are made of different materials. Depends. Grows from the derms. You have a lateral line, which is right there. It's very important. The gills, the isthmus. You have a operculum, which is a gel cover, which is something that sharks do not have. Which is something that sharks and rays do not have. They do not have a gel cover, which is like it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool to have a gel cover. Problem with gel covers is that when you cover your gills, obviously you can hide things in it. And when you hide things in it, well, you have parasites. There's a lot of parasites that love to hide there, including the candiru, including some kind of lices, some kinds of barnacles, parasitic barnacles, parasitic lice, lots of fun stuff like to enter there, because it enters there and goes out from, it goes there and it gets there and gets out of there. And since the fish just, you know, keeps its mouth open, parasites, my dude. I mean, you have the bacteriosteral ray, dentary bones, so lower mandible. So I figured you can see, like they have a true skull. Gills are pretty close to a brain too. They are, but that's very important because I mean the brain needs a lot of oxygenation, and gills are the organs for oxygenation. So you get fresh blood, you get fresh water in. Just water. There's something that I want to do. Just a moment. I would like through the properties to shove a mouse. Like why can't I'm not able to shove a mouse? Okay. Okay, I'm supposed to be able to shove a mouse, but apparently not. I now know the pain of some of my teacher inside of my when I was in college. I mean, when I was still in that one class, there was a teacher that never had the mouse visible. Well, no, it's they had OBS, the technologically savvy, but OBS just fucked them over. I mean, they have pectoral fins, they have pelvic fins. This is a pelvic fin. Don't ask why, don't ask how. They have an anal fin, anal spire. Very important since they are deuterostomians. And since they are chordates, they have a post-anal tail. This is the tail. So the anus, right there. Right there. If you have the anus right there, everything here can be considered the tail. That is cool. And you have a caudal pedicle. It's just like some kind of, you know, like narrowing of the tail. And you have a caudal fin. This is the anatomies of different scales that happen with different fishes. Something that we've seen in the previous lesson. That is very, very out there, but it is still there, and we saw on details that those scales have different purposes and can help sometimes with a lot more clues identify the species because the scales are something that evolved independently. Like the shape of the scale is something that evolved independently in multiple species at the same time, and doesn't allow for the identification of the species itself. It just doesn't allow for the identification of the species. But if you have doubts and the scale of the shape of the scales can be identifiable well with the right species, why not? You could help it to identify the species. Why not? Can be one of those cases, but it's a fringe case. Especially since the shape of the scale also depends on the body parts of the fish too. Like you could have tenoid fins most likely there, and then right you know, in the pectoral region, like in the pelvic region and in the anal region, you have cycloid fins to help avoid anal parasites. And I'm full of shit, but that can exactly be that. That can exactly be that. Like the anatomy of the scales can change drastically depending on the body parts. So you can't really identify a species using the scales. Oh, hello, Calcula Matata. Hello. I'm sorry for being late. I'm very sorry for being late. But we do our thing. And since it's better organized, you can see on the VOD. You can see on the VOD that I was way better organized this time. Way better organized. Also, very important, kidney. You have a kidney in fish. You have livers in fish. And the special organ that I talked about, the gallbladder, is right there. That is the swim bladder. I mean, that's the swim bladder, and they have the gallbladder right there. The gallbladder right there that produces gold, but it allows for digestion. But you have the swim bladder right there. Also, the gallbladder is an invention of fishes. I didn't know. I did not know. Yeah, it's nice to see a lot of people in the class. It's nice to see a lot of people in the class. It makes my heart go doki doki. I love it. And then you have the liver. You have a liver. The cecum. Okay, so what is a cecum? The cecum is a part of the intestine or on the stomach that allows for the how to call it? Like it allows for like in French we would call that a gésier, but like it's not exactly something that you could say. Like it allows for like temporary storage and digestion of food using like mechanic actions. Like it does exactly like it's before the stomach. You see that it's before the stomach proper. No worries, it's not late. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. And then here you have the spleen. There's the spleen. The spleen was introduced in the shark updates, and the shark updates had the spleen. You will see that the gonads. Where is the gonad? We need to see the gonad. The gonad is right there. And something that is not exactly expressed well in this diagram is that every single one of those things, like the intestine ends here, the bladder ends here, the urinary bladder, it ends here. I mean, they can eject urea through gills, but they do it here too. They do have urines. Depends on the fish. Depends on the fish and depends on the salinity of the water itself. Because when you are a saltwater fish, the one thing that you want to do is to eject salt. The one thing that you want to do is to evacuate as much salt as possible. So you can use a lot, and then by that you can use other proteins and other things in order to increase your osmosis from one side to another. And the saltwater is already rich enough in the osmotic sense that you can basically go willy-nilly in the sense of ejecting stuff. And what that will also allow me to explain respiration. So we are going to go on another tangent. It's tangent time, kids! And you will understand why it's easier for fish to be in saltwater than it is for... I think it's easier for fish to be in saltwater than it is for... Like, you have very specific adaptations. And we're going to learn about semi-permeable membrane. We're going to learn about semi-permeable membranes. Yay! So, imagine that we're at the gills. Imagine that we're at the gills, and the gills are a semi-perm. I hate when it's fuzzy like that. Why is it always activated by default? Thank you. So you have that, and you have the gills. Here, you're going to have a blood vessel. You're going to have a blood vessel. It's all bloody and stuff. And it's full of stuff. It's full of proteins. It's full of cells. It has salt in it. It has salt in it. So, you have stuff. You have urea. You have, of course, you have cells. You have like white blood cells, and you have salt. You have a certain salt content. Very important. You need to have a certain mineral content. This is the water, and this is your gels. This is your gels. This is a semi-permeable membrane. The thing that you need to know is that it selectively lets stuff pass. Like, it passively lets stuff pass. Like, the gels is just like that. And I'm going to make you learn the 1-2 secret to respiration. In 2 lines. I mean, maybe not in 2 lines, but in about 5 minutes, you're going to learn to understand everything about respiration. Everything about respiration you're going to understand. Absolutely everything. So, you have a water, and we're going to assume that the water is rich in oxygen. Like, this is blood that returns from the muscles, returns from the organs. It is poor in oxygen, it has CO2 inside. It has CO2 inside, it is poor in oxygen, it is very poor in everything. It has CO2 inside, it has a bit of oxygen, but it has more CO2 than it has oxygen. It has more CO2 than it has oxygen. So, in this water you have a lot. Comparatively enough, you have a lot of oxygen in the water, and you have a little amount of CO2. You have a lot of O2, and you have a little amount of CO2. Nature hates imbalances. Like, some people say that nature hates a vacuum. That's not necessarily true. What nature hates is imbalances. Naturally, nature is going to correct them, because it's going to create a gradient. Like, it's going to create a gradient of oxygen here and CO2 there, and I represent the gradients with the triangles. And maybe other stuff, like other stuff maybe here or there, for passive exchanges. These exchange go from the big stuff where there's small stuff to big stuff where there's small stuff, in order to make it equal stuff. So you're going to have O2 that jumps here to the blood circulation passively, without any effort. And you have CO2 that's going to jump there, creating an exchange of gases in the gills or in the lungs. And the same exact shit happens between the blood and what we could assume to be a muscle cell. Like, imagine this is a muscle cell. The same exact shit happen. It balances. Now, we go, but this time we assume that it's salt. We assume that it's salt what we're talking about. So if we have salt, salt has something that is weird. Like, salt is not easily able to pass membranes. Why? Because salt has a charge. It has an electric charge. So when you have membranes, the anatomy of the cell here is very important. The anatomy of the cell is very important, because we're going to go for water that has a lot of salt. And I mean by that, a lot of salt, into water that doesn't have that much salt. So, when water has a lot of salt and water doesn't have a lot of salt, the salt cannot pass because it has charges. And cells are literally walls made out of fat. And you know that water and fat don't mix. It's because water is polar and fat is non-polar. Water is ironically not hydrophile and fat is hydrophobic. Salt is very hydrophilic. It's extremely hydrophilic because it's literally ions. So because it is ions, it's going to be not easy. You would need a special channel in order to have them. You would need you can have a special channel that can pass through the cell. I mean that represents one cell, so technically if I were to pass through another cell, it would be like two of them, two of those things, and you would need another channel right there. You can have a special channel that works ATP in order to use energy, like ATP to ADP, like adenosine triphosphate to adenosine diphosphate, that works energy in order to go counter to the gradients. And that's how a lot of cells work. Like we do a lot of things counter to gradients. Like most of our exchanges are counter to gradients, which is why we have a metabolism, which is why we live, because we reverse locally we reverse entropy, except with respiration, because respiration it works to our advantage. But when we have an environment that has a lot of salt, and by that I mean a lot of salt, and an environment that doesn't have a lot of salt, the one way for them to balance it out, to recreate the concentration, the charges, this side and this side, like not the charges, but you know the number of ions, is technically to make this more concentrated and this less concentrated. A bit less, just a tiny bit less. Well, there's one special stuff that can still circulate. It's water. And since it has a lot of salt, and here we don't have a lot of salt either, well, there's a lot of water that can escape. There's a lot of water that can escape. So saltwater fish. Yeah, so I was mistaken. Saltwater fish, they need to be very, very careful about how they exchange their stuff. Like, they need to armor the gills in order to have the least amount of exchange. Like, the least amount of water exchange. Because this is what happens. This is what happens. Like, they can salinize the blood if they want. Technically, like, a saltwater fish has more salt inside of them than a non-saltwater fish. Than a freshwater fish. They can. But nature doesn't work like that. And saltwater has a salinity of like saltwater salinity, like it's about wash gram, yes. In seawater there's typically 35 grams of soft salt each liter. It's 35 grams of salt per liter. In blood, and I'm going to take an average. I'm going to take an average because blood needs to adhere to certain principles in order to let us live, which is why in our second episode we talked about extremophile organism that lives in high salinity. Yeah, that's why. And it's also why in very brine pools, you have a lot of toxicity. This is why you have brine pools and fish don't go inside of brine pools. Because it's super ultra toxic. Like salinity of blood. Like the salinity of blood. What is your osmolarity? I would like you in gram per liter, please. That would be nice. Salinity of blood, gram per liter. Thank you. Blood plasma, another view. Salinity of salmonid blood plasma between 9 to 10 per thousand. Per thousand. Okay, so we're going to go with that. It's going to be like 9 to 10, not percent, per 1,000. Like the salt content is ridiculously low from this one to this one. Splatoon Twitter currently is a brain pool. Really? Why? Also, can I show you the brain pools? Like the brain pool is one of those very extreme, environments. Like brain pool. Like brain pool is literally like a content of extreme salinity. It is like you have extreme salinity where animals don't go. If they go inside, they die inside of the water. So if I go there, yeah, no, do not modify it. I just want to show it. So see, you have animals there, you have crabs that go to the edge because towards the salinity you have some organisms that do thrive at the very edge. You have sulfuric bacteria, so bacteria that catch and fix the sulfur. Because Shiver won again this past weekend Splatfest. Who is Shiver? But here you have a brine pool. And you see, it's like being underwater. It's like being underwater. And because this is a pool of water that has way higher salinity than the 35 grams per liter that is already extremely high from our own oceans. And fish have to adapt to that. Fishes have had to adapt to that. Every single organism in the ocean have to adapt to that. And contrary to that, if we go to literally anything else, like if we go towards how do I make it bigger? This. Let me look at. Didn't get to play this weekend Splatfest. Like, is Shiver a team? Like, if we were to go inside there, if we were to go there, and then here, well, the exchanges are going to be different. Like, the salt content is going to be relatively the same. But here, in this enormous volume of water, you're going to have a very, like in freshwater, you're going to have a marginal amount of salt, a very marginal amount of salt. The blue octoling lady. Oh, Fry did get a win in Japan, but Shiver essentially stole the Splatfest by way of tricolor over there in NA and Europe. Oh, I see. Damn. You know, for America. Like, who is Shiver's? Shiver's Splatoon? Let me see. Oh, but she's kinda cute. She is kinda cute. And Fry's Splatoon? And Fry is the octoling lady. Is the octoling like Indian lady? My girl Fry was supposed to win this one, man. Understandable. But yeah, due to with the exact same rules, like the rules has changed here. The rules are definitely changed. Like the rules of nature have changed because now that you have like the rules are the same. The barrier will only let water pass. The barrier will only let water pass and oxygen, of course, like oxygen, carbon dioxide. The same thing. But now, since we have the exact reverse situation, you have an environment with, let's call, quote unquote, near infinite water, trying to fill a finite system. Oh, hello, Eric. Hello. How are you today? I'm Guregan, I'm the Parasite Vtuber. I'm not the girl, I'm actually like the parasite inside of a brain. Nice, welcome! I was talking about how respiration for fish works. I mean, how water exchange for fish works. Especially in this part. So, you have a lot of water in your system and you need to get rid of it. Or you piss it out. So you piss a lot. And you don't need to concentrate your piss. you don't need to concentrate your piss that much. Because you can piss as much as you want. You have as much water in your system as you can. As much water in your system as you want. If we go to the contrary example, with the salt water, well, when you want to pee, you need to extra concentrate it in order to minimize the loss of water. You need to extra concentrate the pee. You need to extra concentrate the pee when you are seawater, in seawater, because otherwise you die. You died from desiccation. But that's a stress that your organism knows and has adapted to. And this is one of the multiple reasons. It is one of the multiple reasons why you cannot mix freshwater fish and saltwater fish. And you know, freshwater, you cannot put freshwater fish in saltwater and saltwater fish in freshwater. Because if we go by these rules, and you have a fish that is adapted to lose water, and you put it into a situation where water is going to get inside of its system, inside of every single one of its holes, yeah, it's going to die. It's going to die bloated. It's going to die bloated. It's not going to be able to get rid of all that water. And in the reverse situation, you're going to have a fish that is going to that was originally from an environment where it could accept all the water it could. All the water, like its challenge was ejecting the water as fast as the water entered. Now, the challenge is literally the reverse. So the water is going to piss out all of its water, and it's going to die. Which is very important and very significant when you have organisms that can switch between the waters. When you have organisms that can switch between the waters, it is extremely significant. It is an extreme evolutionary advantage. Big men don't get any points this time in North America and Europe. Finish second in this time in Japan. I mean, Big Man can be a cute mascot, so I can understand that he's popular in Japan. But here's the thing: we do not have this attachment to Brazil in Europe or North America. Pissing out the water, yeah. Ah, please, please. Please, oh God, let it be that we never get to see the Ringo peace projects ever in this channel, even though I brought it up. Let us never talk about that ever again. But yeah, pissing out the water. Yeah, but that's very important. That's actually very important. And now you basically know how fish work, like why they have this activity in water. And how they basically work in a gill sense. Splatoon people are thirsty. Unfortunately, no one understands that Big Man is the only one who can blaze it. I mean, he comes from Brazil, my dude. I'm sure that he has cartel connection. He has cartel connections. He's going to win this. He's going to win soon. No one sweepies on this channel. Please do not sweepies on this channel. We are not associated with peace in this channel. If we want to associate someone with peace, it's chocolate. Go to chocolate and call her a peace tuber. It's alright. It's already part of a brand. Oh, Molly Mishi. She piss and poo, but she mostly pee. And now we're going to talk about the genealogy of those things. The Actinoperegi. And we talked about them. Before. Swiss eagle fish. No, that's not a new rat. We already made it. But we made the new rat about Sora being a fish, about specifically being the vampire fish. The vampire fish that gets itself using urea. You know, urea from the gels that I talked about before. That according to the legend that has been discredited, will be able to go in a certain part of the party. Yeah. You see those gels? They're right there, man. Right there. It's in the design. It's a design, man. It's in the design. She's a catfish tuber. Fish was a rat we met last time. Yeah. We saw that being a Candiru. A secret Candiru. See the gills? Yeah. Perfect design. Perfect design. The rat is real! For the merms. I mean mermaids. Yay. Yeah, we talked about Marine being a hagfish. And actually being a parrotfish, but she hide the parrotfish part. But yeah, we go like those groups are pretty easy to define. Like those groups of fish are pretty easy to define. Because they're all nearly extinct. Unfortunately, they have very few residents inside of them, like less than 10. Except for this one. When you zoom in, except for teleostei, this one when you zoom in, like if I were to insert a shape, and I were to insert this shape, and this shape is this one, and it needs to be like fill. It's not filled, no fill, but it has an outline, and it's a weedy outline. Like this group is usually made of super groups. Can we get much higher? Yeah. I don't think we can. Except maybe if I were to use this music. Oh yeah, if I were to use that. Can we hear it? Can I hear it? Because I can't hear it. Yeah. We can't really get much higher. We can't. It's alright. Oh yeah, part music. Blue archive music. But part has trained you well into associating it with VT. But yeah, this group is literally just made of super groups, of super orders. Those are nearly extinct. All of those, except maybe for gars. Like, the gars are pretty common. Going down the fortune fishbowl. You part of your drops yesterday. Yes, I know. I've watched it. I don't exactly remember what it is about it again. Because as soon as you have a rat, it's... yeah, as soon as you have a rat, it's alright. I mean, it was about adapting. You know, yeah, I remember it was about adapting to a new... It was about adapting to Gen 3. It was about adapting to Gen 3. By the way! Face Connect Gen 3! Second, we talked about fish. Fishman freaking fat-fingered the button there. He fat-fingered the button into the reveal trailer. I forgot to mention Kira Koyama and Akiko Sushi last time. We briefly talked about fish tubers. Oh, okay. Akiko Sushi. Let me see. Oh, she's cute as a button. Oh. From V Reverie. I see. Oh, and she debuted this year. Akiko Sushi and Kilia Kurayami. Whose butt did he fat finger again? Button. Musea. Alien Project. Oh, I see. But what is your species? What is her species? She doesn't look like a fish tuber. She looks like some kind of pilot whale tuber. Mythical sea creature who after a lifetime of hiding has pulled up a bright light from the depth, lighting the darkness inside of her heart. Yeah, she's generic. Yeah. Is my Musea Ocean. I forgot to mention her. I never knew about Musea. Looks like that. Yeah, I am a... Ooh, I need to educate myself. I need to improve myself. But yeah, Akiko Sushi is so cute. Aww. Cute as a button. I want to pinch those cheeks. I want to pinch those cheeks and say, you've been a good granddaughter. Aww. Here. Have some fish food. You haven't finished your plates, young lady. In this house, we finish our plates. And then you have her parents, which obviously I would be the parent of her parents. That please finish your things. Like, oh no, please. Like, this is what I get from the model itself. Like, please, no more. You fed us enough, Gure. You feed us enough. No, in this house, you are thin as a bone, young lady. And I say that you need to have a better meal. What are your parents feeding you anyway? You need to have some weight on those bones, the young lady. You need to have some meat on those bones, young lady. If you want to have some, I want to have some healthy great-grandchildren. You hear me? But yeah. I'm not going to go inside of those special groups. Inside of those groups that we're talking about, that we already talked about before. We have the polypteriform. We got lungs. That's what I know about them. They got lungs. And they look serpentine. We cannot look serpentine. This is a redfish and this is a birch here. Her seems a nice to listen to. She sounds adorable. You tempt me. You do tempt me. Akiko sushi. Let me. Akiko sushi. Let me see. Does she stream on YouTube? She does. Knitting nights. Oh, she's a grandma. Oh yeah, she's cute. Oh yeah. That's the cute factor. The cute factor is right there. There's also a soundtrack of like a drama or series or something. She could improve her mic work. She could improve on her mic work, but everyone, me included, can work on the mic work. Like, the only one who does not need to improve on the mic is Jelly freaking Oshiumi. Legendary sounds. The crispest VTuber there ever was and ever will be. What was I? Oh yeah. So you have a reed fish and you have a bitch here. They are fish, but they kind of look serpentine, and I think that's kind of cool. And here you see the dorsal fins right there. Fish with lungs, yeah, just like the dipnoi. Yeah, fish with lungs. They do have lungs. They don't exactly use it to breathe air. They don't use it to breathe air. But basically that allows a certain amount of surface respiration. If fish are so cool, why isn't there fish too? I mean, we also need to talk about the coelacanths. We need to talk about the dipnoi. So we're going to have another episode about fish. So coelacanths and dipnoi. Technically, this is fish too. This is fish too, because remember that we already had a cartilaginous fish episode. So technically, this is fish too, and we had fish 3, fish 4, and now, as tetrapods, we have fish 5. And fish 5 is called land. It's killed, yeah, she's fish too. We have the lepidosteiform, which are gars. They were most common around the Jurassic, and they are most common in North America. But you can find them. You can find them all around the world. Most common in North America, and they can get really big. Across the fishverse, my dude. Across the fishverse, because remember, like, once we are in the family, we don't exit it. Not exactly. So we are fish. By all definition, we are fish. Because remember what defines a bony fish? What defines a bony fish? Gallbladder, member-based fin, fin embeddable covering scales, and nucleated blood cells. And for a species, I ended up making a species name false orca shark. Oh. I'm going to watch her, like, I'm going to watch her after I define the fish. For Kilia. I'm going to watch her after I define the fish. So, here we have the gars. The gars are cute, but they're really good predators too. Really good predators. And yes, during the prehistory, they survived a lot, and I mean a lot of mass extinction events. So they're cool. They're really cool. And imagine, like, those things could be even bigger. Like, those things fed the dinosaurs. Fed some dinosaurs. And non-dinosaurs too. But they got big. They got really big. Also, they have this this is stone. This is a bony plate. This is a bony plate right there. This is a bony plate. You have the amiform, and there's only one species left of them, which I don't exactly remember the name. But this is the amiform. It kind of looks like a fish, you know. So. Also, there's the Chondrostacea. Oh yeah, the Chondrostacea. They are sturgeons. They are sturgeons. That's the job. They are a sturgeon. I am a sturgeon. Basically, yeah. They are cartilaginous fish, so they don't have bones. Like they all have cartilage. They don't have real scales. They have bony plates, however. So you see the bony plates there on this sturgeon. Yeah. Very cool thing too. Very cool things too. Sturgeons have negligible senescence. Even they have negligible senescence, so that means that they stay a young adult until the end of their lifetime, and then after that they go through an accelerated process of degradation. So basically, they stay young and fresh for their whole life, and then a few weeks before they die, they decompose to death. Their body is literally degrade to death. It falls apart. Just like salmons. Just like salmons, now that I think about it. Patokakardon doka. I mean, you included kakardon in there. You included sharks in there, like great white sharks. And then you see all those fishes. They have a pretty stereotypical face, like stereotypical shape, and you can see that the fish generally is more large than long. In general, it's going to have like fins in places that are, you know, about predictable, and they're going to have about a predictable face. Well, Pterostea, they change the rules. This is the electric eel, which is not an eel, it's a catfish. This is a goldfish, and this is a needlefish. This is a needlefish. Is that a goddamn chopper meme with this? Yes. No, it's not a chopper meme. That's not a chopper meme. This is the good doctor meme. This is the good doctor meme. The I am a surgeon. I am a sturgeon. Yeah, it's an old meme. It's an old meme. But just to test it out, the diversity of teleost and how weird they are. There's an odd one out. In this, there's an odd one out. And let's find it. Let's find it. I give you the challenge to designate the odd one out in this picture. The one who is not part of a family. Not the one who has not a teleost. The one that is not the one that's least related to the others. I give you this challenge. I give you this challenge. This is your challenge. Yeah, for scientific name, yeah, Metazoa and Kakordon. The big yellow one. This one? Are you sure? Are you sure? One on the left? Are you sure? I want to make it a vote. Can we do it a vote? Can we make it a vote? Can I make it a vote? Could I make it a vote? I don't want to make it a vote. Could I make it a vote? I can't exactly make it a vote. So you have this one. You designated this one. You designated this one. And you know what? No, they're part of the same family. Yeah, lower middle. Yeah, they're part of the same family. They all three of them right there, part of the same family. This is a trout. This is a trout. But they are all part of the same general family. I don't exactly remember the family. I don't exactly remember the family. I don't know anymore, man. Yeah, don't worry. But this is why. This is to show you that the telehosts break a lot of rules, because inside one family you're going to have a lot of diversity. Inside one family. Inside one family. Now, all of these are telehosts, yes, but this is a trout, and this is those from another group. I don't exactly remember. This being a surgeonfish. This is a I think it's a surgeonfish. I think it's a surgeonfish. It is a surgeonfish. So we can make it even like this was another thing. Like all three are pretty much related to a surgeonfish. And this is a trout. Which is less related by a lot. Why are they so varied? Well, because they have a majority of fish. And by the majority of fish, I mean like, this is super families. I am showing to you super families of fish. Like actual super families. If the telehosts, it's just a majority, man. That's just how they are. Like, there's no explanation. Like, they're just diversified because they're so successful. Very successful. Here you have the salmoniform, salmon and trouts. Yeah. And the ones that I wanted to, that I showed you before were the one group where you have a marlin. So, no, not this one. I don't exactly remember which group. But you have a lot of them. Those are super groups. There's hundreds of species for each one of these. Each one of these. Think about it. Like, how many species of catfish do you know? They're all there and represent all around the world. So they're all going to have their little nitpicky adaptations that I don't want to present. Yeah. Like they all have their nitpicky change that I'm not going to present, because some have the exact same adaptation and between families, and some they don't have it because it's super families. They go inside of an environment, they adapt for the same solutions. That's what they do. That's what they fucking do. Those are fish. Those are dumb fucking fish. They adapt physically. They tortured me for a fucking week and a half. And they're going to torture me for more. They're going to torture me for more. Like, can you guess my anger and my sadness? Also, elephant fish are there. Elephant fish are weird. Elephant fish are weird. And now I'm supposed to know that elephant fish are closely related to eels? To true eels? That there's real eels? And that real eels, like electric eels, are more related to catfish, piranhas, and freaking goldfish than true eels, like by a long while? By like a long while? But they're separated in like how much time? Yeah, in 300 million years ago that they separated, creating two different class of things. But now people think that they are eels. Now people think that they are eels. And they're not, they're catfish. They're literally catfish. Cirriform. The biggest fish, the biggest fish in freshwater. Catfish. Catfish. That's something called the milkfish. I don't know what it is. These are not families. These are super families. There can be hundreds of species in there. Each one can represent hundreds of species. There's 30,000 species of fish! There's 30,000 species of fish! The majority being teleosts! What do you want me to do? Be a fish tuber? I'm not a fish tuber. I'm not a marine biologist. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah! I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, you want to talk about all the species of carps, including the ones that we invented? Including the ones that we invented? You want to know that carps are closely related to piranhas? So technically your goldfish is not that far from a piranha? Yeah! You want to know that pike and trout are about the same, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it is insane to see that. Like, the vast majority of fish are teleosts. They are teleosts. The vast majority of fish that you know are teleosts. Like cod, here they are. Yeah, closely related to dories and to trout perches. But trout perches have nothing to do with trouts. And they have nothing to do with perches. And Pecomorpha is like one ultra mega super big family, because you know that when it's called Morpha, when it's called Morpha, when it's polymyxiforms, when it's Pecomorpha, when it's polymyxiforms, when it's bericiforms, when it's trachemyxiforms, what do you know that it's a mega super family? When it's gladiforms, cods, how many species of cods do you know? Like, I'm sure that a fisherman can cite for me at least 10 species of cods. That's my pain! That's my personal hell, people! That's my personal hell! Fish! Fish! Also, Pecopsiform. Pecomorpha, Pecopsiforms. Totally different. Totally different. The name is about the same, but completely different. Completely fucking different. And I'm supposed to just take it. I'm just supposed to take it like a good little parasite, like a good little worm. Oh fuck it, we're going to talk about the eyes! The eyes of fish! Because it's better for my mental health! Oh! Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice that she's giving you approval. That's really nice. Like, how big is Kilia? Like, can you repeat the name? It's Kilia Kurayami. Kilia Kurayami. Let me see her YouTube channel. So she streams. Oh. Oh, really cute. She makes me think of NASA a bit. She's really cute. She's a wonderful British fish. A British fish. A British fish. I like it. Okay, so apparently someone got. I don't know if it was a joke, but apparently someone got filtered. I think that someone got filtered. So let's go. I just need to add that. I just need to add that. For anyone that got filtered by what I said as a disclaimer. Let's go. Thank you. An amazing singer, I can guess that because she's in Alien Project. She's in Alien Project. So, the eyes of fish. Why are eyes of fish important? Because they are the most, like, we have the eyes of fish. Where do the name teleost come from? Like, teleost is from what is for teleost? Like, teleost, like, it's for true bony fish. Basically, it's bony fish. Like, it literally just means bony fish. Like, yeah, it's bony fish. But what? I'm going to search for the etymology, the exact etymology. Okay, parody covers she did of Welcome to the Internet. That's how the world works or something special. Oh, I could listen to them. If they're parody. I don't know if she's going to copyright strike me, but teleost. Teleost AI. Etymology. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Hmm. No, I don't see the etymology. I don't see it. I don't see any etymology. That's weird. Like maybe in the English page. Oh yeah, yeah. So teleos is for complete, and osteon is for bone. So yeah, they have a complete skeleton. Contrary to like most other fishes. Like most other fishes, here you can see a skeleton and you can see that it's pretty cool. But here you have fish are like the main innovator of vertebrate eyes. And I say vertebrate eyes very, very like knowing exactly what I did. I know exactly what I did when it's a vertebrate eyes. But here you can see that a fish use mirrors. This is I think this is called a spookfish. This is a spookfish, and it's using mirrors in order to convey light from the bottom to its eyes, but also those are its eyes. You know, like that one fish, that one weird fish with the eyes inside of its skull. Yeah, that's exactly that. Except that this one had eyes in the bottom too. It has secondary eyes in the bottom that are basically mirrors that refract the light inside of refract the light inside and get inside of its eyes. So you can see up and you can see down. And since it has mirrors that concentrate the light, it can see down pretty good. And this is a marlin. A marlin has very cool, very big eyes. And a lot of photos of, oh, you know, this eye, this enormous eye from an alien, from an enormous sea creature. No, it's just for a marlin, my dude. Just for a marlin. Like the marlin's eyes are enormous. Compared to its size, the marlin's eyes are enormous, absolutely enormous. But yeah, the fish eyes are relatively the same as what you would call what you would see inside of a mammal, with a few key differences. The first one is that it is covered with skin, because to avoid irritations with all the things that you have in the water, of course. The other thing is that the lens is completely vertical. The lens is completely spherical, because of the refraction index of the water. Like the main change here is that the cornea is way thinner. It's nearly like it doesn't. You don't need to have a cornea there, and the lens is way bigger. The lens is way bigger, because the refraction index of the water, well, it's there. It's there. You just need to correct for refraction index of the water and correct to go inside of a retina, and to create an image. And that's it. That's literally it. Like the fish, they have it easy because their eyes evolved and they stay inside the environment where the eyes evolved, rather than have all other things where you need to close your eyes to avoid it from desiccating, and you need to have a big cornea, and you need to have a specific shape in the lens, and all those things. You don't need it. You can even have like a pigment layer, like a tappeta lucidum. Tappeta lucidum is the thing, you know, when cats and dogs, you flash a photo in there, and when you flash a photo in there, you see green inside of their eyes. Or when you flash a light inside of the Everglade, and you see all the eyes of the gators there. That's tappeta lucidum. That's a mirror that is inside of the eyes that reflects more of the light, so that it can't escape and increase visibility inside of the dark substantially. It increases visibility inside of the dark substantially. We don't have it. We don't have it, unfortunately. But yeah, that's the eye of the fish. Literally built different. Yes. Literally built different. And now, because I don't have exactly a lot more to talk about, because of the absolute enormous diversity of fish. Like I don't want to favorize a group more than any other. We talk about how delicious they are, because it's educational and nutritious, and the babies are delicious. I love salmon roe. I love caviar. Like I've tasted caviar once in my life. Delicious, salty, briny, delicious, very satisfying pops. very satisfying pops. Like fish roe is awesome. I mean, technically it's eggshells. It is eggshells, but it's awesome. We also have a local specialty from Marseille called bouillabaisse in France, which is literally means you boil and then you lower the fire. You boil and you lower the fire to prevent the fish from disintegrating inside of the soup, so the fish stays intact inside of the the soup. Yeah, that's literally it. The name is bouillabaisse, so when it simmers, when it boils, when the soup boils, you lower the temperature. That's the name. C'est bouillabaisse. So bouillir is the verb for boiling, and baisse is lower. So boil and lower. That's the name. It's not a fancy name. It's boil and lower. It's a boil lower. It's a boil lower. Yeah, it would be like one word. It's a single word, so it's boil lower. So yeah, if you want it to have an accurate translation of bouillabaisse, it's a boil lower. Yes, cool. She appreciated how successful the two particular covers I mentioned are. Nice. Very nice. Also, you can make fish decompose to make garum and yokmam sauce. I like yokmam. I need to make garum. Like, apparently garum tastes kind of sweet. It doesn't taste rancid. So apparently putting fish inside of the sun in salty water, in briny water, has its advantages, as far as I can know. Like garum was like the liquid gold. Liquamen was the liquid gold of the Roman civilization. It was there was a lot of industry dedicated solely to garum. You need to understand how important garum was to history. Like the Roman Empire, the Roman, like even the Roman Republic, was built on the foundation of garum. Like it was inside of all of their food, even desserts. Like you have decomposed fish for desserts. Think how, like, and some people were so addicted to it that some poets, like criticized heavily garum for quote-unquote its addicting capacities, for the fact that people were literally like putting their livelihoods away. Like there were literally just like basically garum was the gacha of the Roman Empire, except that it was food. So it's more like donating to a tuber. I think it's more like donating to a tuber. It's more like that. It's more like garum is donating to a tuber, so it's basically money that you're never going to see again. And it's money that you spend for pleasure, you know? Simple pleasure. I find it really interesting how people find out new food. Like, who had the idea of taking a bite into these animals in the first place? I mean, when you're hungry, I assure you that when you're really hungry, even dirt looks appetizing. Even dirt. So yeah. You would know very easily. With Chuba types. And I pay. Compared to my, I don't pay a lot because I don't have a lot of financial stability. But I would love to be a whale. I mean, no, because since I have been trained in order to see money only, you know, as how useful it would be. I don't think that I would splurge a lot on membership. I mean, I would be in memberships, that's for sure. I would have memberships. Gifting memberships? Why not? If I like the guy, if I know and I like the guy. If I know and I like the guy when I have the money. But like Akasupa, I promised one Akasupa in my life. I know that I need to do one Akasupa in my life because I pledged my one Akasupa to Tenma Miami. I said when I'm going to have my first ever real good salary, I give you a Akasupa. No message in the Akasupa. I just put the Akasupa out there. I just give you Akasupa. Like desperation is such a hunger for extraordinary measure. Yeah, and also like it's not like we're not animals that evolved from other animals. Like we like culturally, instinctively, we know when something is edible. We do know that something is edible or not, and it would have been trained inside of a groups, human groups. Like since we are primates, and like for example, every single animals has some kind of appetence for alcohol. It has, because some animals actually do research it, do research the fruits, ferment the fruits themselves, to get a buzz. But yeah, animals can get buzz. They like it. They do like it. Deers are like the most victims of it, because they eat new buds, and those new buds ferment inside of their stomachs. Which, well, release alcohol content. And then they get buzzed out of the things that they eat accidentally. But for example, chimps love to get drunk. They love to get drunk. And for me, it's not an accident. Like there's some things. There's some things we need to know about it. Like fermentations, I think that there is some kind of innate response to fermentation. And I think that alcohol is instinctively known as safe, like quote unquote safe. Besides the fungal infectation, because I think they did announce that the alcohol content is so high now that technically it's still edible. There's still a small amount of sugar in it. There's still a small amount of calories inside of there. And yeah, zebrafish. Zebrafish, they help science a lot, especially in biology, because zebrafish are semi-transparent. When they're larvae, they are absolutely transparent. So you you create some cells, you genetically engineer some zebrafish to have some cells to be to glow in the dark, to be fluorescent. They work. They just work. That's how they work. That's how the zebrafish work. My dude, my guy. Like zebrafish, like they're weird. Yes, they're really weird. They're really weird. But every single embryos are weird, man. Every single embryos are weird. When you're not fully formed, you are kind of weird. You are kind of weird. Like you're not going to look at a human embryo and say, even a human fetus, and say, oh no, that's a cute baby. Nah. Even a newborn is kind of weird. Like it's kind of pink. It's pinkish and it's weird. I mean, have you seen like a larvae? Like, have you seen a roo larvae, a kangaroo larvae? It's weird. It's weird looking. It doesn't even have, like, back legs. Does it have back legs? I don't think it's fully formed. Like, it's not fully formed. That's the stuff. Like the larva for a kangaroo. Yeah, it's not fully formed. I mean, no, it is. It cannot, like, it doesn't even have eyes. It doesn't have eyes. It does, like, I mean, that's a wallaby. I mean, what's a wallaby? But it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, you see that the thing is underdeveloped. Like when it begins to take the teeth, it is absolutely underdeveloped. Maybe we should. Yes. Yeah, when it begins to take the teeth, like it's absolutely underdeveloped. Like every single baby is weird. Like let's not kid ourselves. Like every single baby is weird. And that's a wallaby. What's a freaking wallaby? What's a freaking wallaby, my dude? This picture of Todd Howard appeared when you least expect him. To quote a certain Mr. Howard, it just works. Yeah, I understand that. I understood that reference. It just works. Oh boy. Oh, how much I hate it just works. Oh boy. But yeah. Now I'm going to listen to Kilia. I am going to... Oh. Did you cite me? Did you cite me? You shouldn't. I mean, she's a lovely fish lady, that's for sure. What's the cover? What's the cover that you talked about before? Okay, so let me go back in chat. Approval, amazing singer. Successful. 2 particular covers. Wait. Parody. What could I find with the word parody? What was the parody? What you were talking about? Because I am in the channel. Like I see it. I mean, there's some videos. How it all began, underneath. Overdose. What is Heartbreak? Official BGM. Requiem. Brainstorm. Mephisto. Queen Bee. Welcome to the Vtuber internet, and that's Chuba called her. Oh. Oh, yeah, I see both of them. I don't know if I can, quote unquote, react. I don't know if I can react on YouTube. Let me listen to it.
Welcome to the internet. Have a look around. Anything that brain of yours can think of can be found. We've got mountains of content, some deeper.
Very good voice.
Bits of interest to you. Where have you been? Welcome to the internet.
Yeah.
Come and take a seat. Would
Indeed.
you like to see some booba? Maybe pictures of some feet.
No.
There's no
No.
need to panic. This isn't a test.
It is.
Just put an emote down and we'll do the rest. Welcome to the.
I will not like plagiarize or like. Yes. This has my like. This has my subscribe. I will listen to these songs. After the stream is over. But it's for sure. I will listen to these songs. Yeah. I'm definitely following her now. Oh boy, another Chuba to add to the ever-growing collection. Okay. Nice. But hey, we've kinda finished with the fish. Now. Hey, it's alright. It's all good. We did it. We absolutely did it. We went through it. It's awesome. We went through the fish. Next time. This will make a fan addition to my collection. So, next time on Parasite Classes GT, we're going to see the collect content the Dipnoi. And after that, we're going to go for the freaking. We're going to go for to a fort, and we're going to go for freaking reptiles after that. Parasite of Fish? Yes, episode 6, Parasite of Fish. Thank you for a reminder. So next time on Parasite Classes GT, Parasite of Fish. We're going to have a long list ahead of us. That's going to be awesome. Parasite of Fish, and I count diseases as parasites. So if we have special diseases, like special viruses, that's awesome, because there's some brain viruses for trouts that have decimated the trout population here. So you just know it's going to be good. And I'm going to actually prepare, like I'm going to actually be in my area of comfort this time. Like I'm actually going to be able to go into further details. Like nice. Like actually nice. Well, I mean, thank you so much for having watched this Parasite class and for being with me. Thank you so much. If you want one of the people that got, well, it's good. It's very good. Very, very good to have seen you. And we'll see you most likely tomorrow. I don't know if I will see you tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow. If it is, most likely Disco Elysium. And maybe in the night we're going to have another. We're going to have a gorilla. We're going to have a guerrilla. Maybe in the night. For what will be for me the night, maybe for you will be like the afternoon or maybe thingy. But yeah, we're going to do. And I'm going to keep this title screen. I hate that it's called GT, but it was the most inspired that I was. It was the most inspired that I was to get there. And maybe I will add a little wormy. Maybe I will add a little wormy there for a parasite, you know. I know Zumi Dokumi from AN Project 2 would like these streams. She appreciates insects. Oh, nice. I mean, we're going to. You can wait a bit. You can wait a few months. We're going to go into Protostomians soonish enough. We're going to go into Protostomians soonish enough. But what you need to understand now, is that when I will describe mammals, mammals are pretty much the equivalent of any of the superfamilies right there. Like any of the superfamilies could be called mammals if we went into the etymology of tetrapods. That is how low we are in the totem pole. I mean, not low we are in the totem pole, but you know, that's where we are. That's where we are. Like we have. Like maybe we could be like one of those groups, like right there. But we're not that diversified, and you're going to see why. You're going to see that. I mean, with your Vtuber meme, with the Vtuber meme that you put, you're going to see. But yeah, we're going to have insect stream after that. And it's going to be awesome. So next time on Parasite Classes GT, well, parasites of fish. See you very soon. Bye. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, AJ Telenoven. You went there right at the end. Right at the end. Please watch the VOD. We have a lot of things. And subscribe. There's going to be another episode next week, same time. If you can come, I'm going to accommodate you. Like I'm going to have like 2 more minutes just for you. I'm going to have 2 more minutes. Next Monday, without fault, same time. I mean, not same time. I was late. Today was late, but same time. It's not a problem. Please be comfortable. I'm going to accommodate 2 more minutes. How are you today? AJ? How do I pronounce your name? First, how do I pronounce your name? How are you? Like, I'm going to accommodate 2 more minutes. I'm going to accommodate 2 more parasite minutes, which could be like, you know, every single person that know me know that parasite minutes are different from normal minutes. So I'm going to accommodate you for a bit. How are you? You came from the end of stream, but that's all right. You can have an abridged definition. You can have a. Are you alright? Nice. I mean, I know that there's a delay. But it's alright. I can leave you with the ultimate rats. I can leave you with the ultimate traumatic images. With little brainworms. Right there. Oh yeah, you would know about those brainworms. But yeah, how are you? How was your day? I'm Guregan. I'm a parasite VTuber. I'm sorry if I'm a babby. I'm sorry if I surprised you for being a babby. I don't try to advertise myself as anything but it's hard to advertise myself as being long hair and having pink eye, pink hair, and you have a holofish, holomerms. Damn, you like that one VTuber that just code stuff in C++. I mean, am I? Because I like that one VTuber that just code stuff in C++. Am I? What is that name? Like, I'm curious now. And yeah, I know. Yeah, who is that VTuber? Because I'm curious. I would like to know. Also, maybe it's about like the model, because my model is a free model. Yeah, my model is a free model. I'm sorry if I surprised you with that, and with that voice. I mean, I like code too. I would like to begin coding one of these days. Yeah. Because I'm sorry about my voice. I'm a filthy baby. I know that. I'm the lowest of the low when it comes to the totem pole. But we cannot try to have fun. You guys have a teacher of the future. Godspeed. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, I try. I try very hard. I try as much as I can. Vito was mentioned with time outside of a rat, Kiria Kuriyama and Akiko Sushi, and I'm going to have to find some lizard girl now. Now when I think about it, no. First we have the parasites, then we have the coelacanth and lungfish, then we're going to have lizards. I mean, no, it's alright. I'm not really the teacher of the future. I'm going to be a traditional teacher after that. I'm going to be a traditional teacher. I'm going to be good. I'm going to go through the exams, go through the loop, actually get a salary for what I did, and you know, I like you. Everything. A lizard woman. I mean, you know, like, there's nothing sexier than a snake woman. I mean, there's a sheep woman. Oh, sheep woman, my dude. Anyway, try to catch the next stream. Ah, from Turkey. Nice. Thank you very much. Love from France. Love from France. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for your time, AJ. Thank you very much for your time. Well, that has been I think that we have been in the 2 full Parasite minutes now. And, well, since it's been 2 full Parasite minutes, I think it's time for me to take my leave. Alicia Nikos and Sarah Navari. No spoiling. No spoiling. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you catch the VOD if you want. If you want to find some parts. If you want to find people that are... you could see a lot. Thank you very much. I'm going to take my leave. I was Guregan the Parasite Vtuber. I am not the girl. I'm the worm that lives inside her brain. And I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Surely tomorrow. If it's on YouTube, it's Discordium. If it's on Twitch, I do not know yet. Bye! By the way, I should really be able to activate like the raid features, but no one knows me, so I don't know. Like, raiding is hard. Raiding on YouTube is hard, dude. It is.